everybody, and welcome to Tiyonna Wants to Know. Today we are with
Tristin Miller,
that does.
the hand-to-hand market and events.
How long did it take you to learn how to do all that stuff?
Oh, it has taken me, I would say, about 8 years of doing it, just doing it, right? So it's taken me about 8 years to figure out how to do events, and I've been an artist as well for a really long time. I would say I've been a freelance illustrator for about 12 years. Favorite type of art.
What's your favorite type of art?
I like it all, really, to be honest with you, but I would say drawing. Drawing is always accessible, right? If you got a pencil, you got a pen and paper, a napkin, you can draw at any time. So I would say drawing is my favorite kind of art because it's always there.
Do you have a favorite kind of picture that you made?
Oh man, I've been drawing for so long, and painting as well. But I would say if I had a favorite picture that I've made, it would be my very first painting that I ever made when I was 8 years old. It's a watercolor painting of an underwater scene of a fish and some coral, and it's multicolored. It's beautiful. And my art teacher liked it so much that she kept it until I was in 5th grade. So from the time I was in 3rd grade to 5th grade, my art teacher kept it, and I won a lot of awards with it. So that's my favorite piece of art that I own.
Do you sell any art that you made?
I absolutely do sell my art. So I created the Hand-to-Hand Market, which is a local craft fair. It's Greensboro's largest indoor indie craft fair. And I've been doing that for 8 years. But the reason why I created that was because I was selling my art at other craft fairs all over the Southeast, right? So I've been making art that people can purchase, whether it's through paintings, whether it's through printmaking, whether it's through original drawings. That's what I've been doing for a long time. So I sell my art now mostly when I have a solo art show. So that means where it's something where I show my work in a gallery space where art can be hung up, whether it's a group show or a show that's just my work. So that's something that I try to pursue those opportunities to be able to sell my work. And then I sell my work in a different sense through being a freelance illustrator. For example, a magazine will come to me and they'll ask me to create an image for a cover story that they're doing. So they'll pay me to do that illustration for that cover story. So that's a different way of selling your work, right? So that's something that I do too.
Do you have any people that help you with your paintings and stuff?
Do I have any people that help me with my paintings and stuff like that? Well, art's a very solitary task sometimes. It's the kind of work that you can do by yourself or you can do it with other people. But one of the things that I do where other people help me are with my events. Other artists will help me with those events when I put them on.
Do you teach little kids art?
Well, I used to. I taught art for kids your age and older for 7 years. Right now I teach adults. So I teach a beginning drawing class at an organization located in downtown Greensboro at the Cultural Arts Center called the Art Alliance of Greensboro. So I do teach art. I just don't teach kids anymore right now. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you make art?
I like art, but no.
No? Do you ever draw for fun?
Yeah.
What kind of things do you like to draw?
Rainbows.
You like to draw rainbows? I like to draw rainbows too. Once I did a project where I asked every kid that I ever worked with to draw me their version of a rainbow. And so I have about I would say about 50 drawings of just rainbows that kids have made. Isn't that cool? Maybe you can draw me a rainbow and I'll add it to my collection.
What advice would you give to kids that want to draw?
I would say the best advice that I would give kids who want to draw or want to be better at drawing is to draw from life. Like to draw something 3-dimensional that's right in front of them onto something 2-dimensional like their sketchbook. Because the way that the brain works, when you see things in real life, which we call 3D, right? We can see how it's sitting in space. But if we're always copying something from 2D to 2D, like something flat, like a photograph to paper, it doesn't really help us figure out entirely how things are three-dimensional. And when you want to draw things to feel three-dimensional, you have to know how they look in real space, right? So I would say the best advice I can give a kid who wants to be better at drawing, who wants to be an artist, is start now. Start drawing what you see in front of you and keep a sketchbook. Don't use individual sheets of paper that creates a bunch of mess and clutter, because in that way you can't look back and see how you grew as an artist, right? So keeping a sketchbook and drawing everything that you see in front of you every day. That would be the best advice I would give a kid who wants to be an artist.
Thank you for coming on my show.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching my video. Give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Bye.